Hole 7 is the second par 3 on the front 9, and at 207 yards, it requires a fully committed mid to long iron. The hole plays slightly uphill, and the wind typically comes from the right, pushing tee shots towards the left side of the green. The feature that dominates the view from the tee is the massive 8,000 square foot bunker guarding the left side of the green, ready to catch any shots that drift with the wind or that turn over too aggressively. Because of that hazard, the preferred shot shape is a high controlled iron that lands softly, allowing the ball to hold the long, narrow putting surface. The safest play is toward the middle or slightly right side of the green, keeping the large bunker out of play and leaving a manageable two-putt opportunity. Distance control is critical, and with the wind influencing the ball in the air, even well-struck shots can leave demanding putts across the subtle contours of the surface. Hole 8 is the second par 5 on the front 9. At 604 yards, this hole is one of the longest on the course, and it plays uphill from tee to green. Fortunately for the field, the wind is often at the player's back, helping drives climb the hill and reach the crest of the fairway. From the tee, the priority is positioning. Players want to favor the right side of the fairway, avoiding the left where a strategically placed oak tree can quickly complicate the second shot. A well-struck drive will climb the hill and finish near the crest of the fairway, revealing the full view of the hole and setting up the key decision on the par 5. From there, players must decide how aggressively to advance the ball. Depending on distance and conditions, the second shot can range anywhere from a mid-iron to a fairway wood. While reaching the green in 2 is possible for the longest hitters, the safer play for many is positioning the second shot carefully in the fairway. That positioning is critical. The green at the 8th is split into distinct levels with pronounced slopes. Missing the correct level can quickly turn a birdie opportunity into a frustrating 3-putt. Drive it well, place the second shot correctly, and a birdie opportunity is very realistic. Hole 9 is the only hole on the entire Oaks course without a bunker. At 474 yards, this long par 4 demands both power and precision. From the tee, the hole plays straight ahead, placing the full emphasis on execution. A strong, accurate drive is required to set up the approach, as anything offline can quickly complicate the second shot on this demanding hole. But the real challenge begins with the approach. Even without bunkers guarding the target, the green complex provides its own protection. The putting surface is long and narrow, with sharp fall-offs on all sides that repel shots drifting too far from the center line. Distance control is critical here, because the 9th green is also one of the deepest on the course. Choosing the correct club is essential to ensure the ball finishes on the proper section of the green. At first glance, the green appears relatively flat, but it features a distinct slope from back to front that adds subtle complexity to every putt. Putts played toward the clubhouse can become surprisingly quick as gravity takes over. Hole 9 may not feature sand, but it offers plenty of challenge. Hole 10 measures 447 yards and plays downhill from the tee. The preferred line is down the left side, which opens the best angle into the green and allows players to approach the target without having to carry as much trouble. Drives that drift too far right leave a more awkward angle and make the approach noticeably more difficult. The green sits elevated above the fairway and is surrounded by deep bunkers on all sides, demanding both precise distance control and solid contact. Adding to the difficulty, this hole often plays into the wind. Missing in the wrong place quickly turns the hole defensive. The most troublesome miss is short and right, where the ball can fall into a tight area that leaves a delicate pitch up towards a protected green. When played correctly, hole 10 rewards a well-executed 2-shot sequence. Hole 11 introduces one of the most interesting risk-reward decisions on the back 9. At 405 yards, the hole is not long by modern standards, but the tee shot immediately forces players to make a choice. From the tee, success comes down to choosing the right line through the fairway bunkers that guard the landing area. The bold line sets up a short approach, while the safe line leaves a tougher angle and a longer second shot. A well-struck drive can leave only a short pitch into the green, creating one of the better birdie opportunities on the back 9. Drives that finish too far right can leave players staring at a difficult second shot that must carry a deep greenside bunker protecting the approach. The challenge continues once the ball reaches the putting surface. The 11th green features subtle contours with enough pitch and roll to keep players alert even after reaching the target. Hole 12, at 410 yards, is not long by modern standards, but this hole quickly proves that distance is not the real challenge. The key from the tee is accuracy. Players can choose almost any club to position the ball in the fairway, but finding the short grass is essential. Drives that miss the fairway often settle into thick rough, and from there controlling the second shot becomes extremely difficult. Playing from the rough here almost guarantees a defensive approach. A good tee shot leaves a short iron into the green, but the approach is far from simple. The shot plays uphill and typically downwind into an elevated green complex, and guarding the front of the putting surface are two enormous bunkers, the deepest on the entire course. Any approach that comes up short or drifts offline can quickly disappear into these traps. The putting surface is large but divided into multiple levels, making distance control critical. Finding the wrong level can leave long, difficult putts across pronounced slopes. Interestingly, the safest miss on this hole is actually long of the green, where players are left with a relatively simple chip back towards the putting surface.